Hello there, welcome. My name is Mandy. I'm a professional artist living in Hawaii, and what you're gonna get here on my channel is a whole bunch of creativity. I am painted up like a strawberry butterfly. If you wanna see how I did this step by step, then this video is for you. This video is the kickoff to my summer fruit series. Are you ready to start painting this strawberry butterfly? Here we go. First thing we want to do is use some red face and body paint. We'll just get some red on your brush, and then I'm going to draw in the top part here. It's like a strawberry on the top, and I'm going to leave some space right here for the green leaves at the top. And we're just going to fill all of that in and take this part and bring it all the way down to the corner of your eye, and then connect it there, and then you're just gonna fill all that in, even on the eyelid. So I just felt like doing a fruit series because it's almost summer. At the time of this recording, summer is in 8 days, almost like a week. I don't know, I just love summer fruit. Just the sound of fruit is just like really refreshing. Now, these are my erasers. As you can see, I have a habit of sticking it in my mouth. I do this with myself, not when I use it with other kids. But I just wet it and then I use it as an eraser so I can clean up that line right there. All right, now we take the red face paint and we're going to draw the bottom part. So that comes down. Oh, I have a little red on my cheek right here. I didn't even notice that. That comes down to right about here. And then it connects back up to the corner of my eye right here. And it comes down like so. And then you want to fill all that in with red face paint. What I want to do is I want to give this a little bit of kind of like a highlight at the very top. So right here we're going to put in some white paint. So if you put white paint with red paint, it's going to make it pink, right? So we're just gonna put that at the top like so and blend that in. Taking my palette, so this is called a split cake. Now I'm not gonna be using the whole thing. I'm just concentrating on these green colors right here, because what I wanna do is I want to make the leaves kind of like leave me alone. So I'm going to use an angled brush. See, that's angled. And then I'm going to drag it across here so that there's white on that part and then the darker green on the other part. And then what we'll do is we will create 3 or 4 leaves at the top. So we're just gonna place it on the forehead and drag it down. That's one side, and drag it down. So there's one leaf, strawberry leaf. And I'm just gonna outline these in black so it doesn't necessarily have to look perfect, like so. That for some reason doesn't look even to me, so I'm gonna fix these, make that one go up higher. There we go. Now, what we wanna do is we wanna outline the strawberry in black. So just coming around like so. And then also the bottom. I'm using a much thinner brush. we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give myself some black eyeliner as well. So I'm just using regular black face paint. This way. And then we'll outline the leaves. Leaves. I just called them leaves. Leaves. Leave me alone. All right. There we go. I'll kind of fix this side as well. This is just something I wanted to do to really encourage creativity, because, you know, why would you ever paint a strawberry butterfly? I don't know. But I really love it when I'm face painting. I don't put like an example board out for kids to look at, because I want the kids to just use their imagination on, you know, what to paint them as, you know. And I just say, I tell them like, hey, use your imagination. I can paint anything. I will paint things like Pokemon and, you know, these critters and creatures and things that kids like Transformers or whatever. But I really like to encourage creativity rather than kids just copying what they see on the internet, and instead saying, hey, what is it that you can maybe think of in your mind? Like, you could combine two things that wouldn't necessarily make any sense. You know, like there was stuffed animal when I was growing up, it was called a wuzzle. And I think the definition of wuzzle, W-U-Z-Z-L-E, is to mix, like, I don't know if it's to mix two things together or if it's just the definition is to mix. These little stuffed animals, and like, I'm talking, this was like a while ago when I was young. These stuffed animals were like two things combined. So like a panda unicorn or something. And I love that because, you know, kids, they just have the wildest imaginations. I think as adults, we don't need to lose that imagination. We can stay, you know, like children. And I think it's important in this day and age of consumption, you know, massive consumption, to be creative, to, you know, be creative every day, use our imagination and just make things, making something out of nothing. You know, there once was nothing and now there's something, and it's cool. So it's like, yeah, why would you paint a strawberry butterfly? But it's like, why not? I can just imagine a kid at some kind of a pool party or like a summer party. They just got out of the pool and they're gonna be staying out of the pool for the rest of the day. And their parents are like, there's a face painter here. And they're like, oh, it's summertime. I'm gonna have some strawberry lemonade. And I'm like, oh, and you can be like a strawberry butterfly. Add some glitter and they can drink their strawberry lemonade with a strawberry butterfly on their face. I think that kids would love it. Tomorrow I will do another fruit. I'm not exactly sure what fruit I should do. What do you think I should do? Imagination is cool because really you can do anything. We could do a watermelon unicorn. This is black eyeshadow that I'm using, and I'm just using a little tiny brush just to get some like shading in here and incorporate, you know, makeup as well. This eyeshadow palette, I'm gonna use this really pretty like pinky color and just dab a little bit on my lid. And then I'm gonna go in there with some mascara. And I don't know as though I would use all this stuff with a kid, but maybe. I mean, it depends on their age. If you were doing a party for like a bunch of 9 and 10-year-old girls, like maybe you'd want to incorporate some makeup with it too. Or if you were even doing adults. You know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing that these two are not even. So that's gonna drive me crazy. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to erase some of this so that I can make sure that these are even. That's why I have my bag of Q-tips. Butterflies are typically pretty even. I think I got it. Now I'm gonna fill in that space with some red Star Blend. So the Star Blend is basically like a red eyeshadow. That's how I would describe it. It's like a dry makeup. And then we'll put a little thing in the middle here. Right in the middle. And then I want it to match, so we're gonna shade it again with a little bit of that black, just so that it matches. All right, and then we're gonna add some of those yellow seeds. Right, strawberries have seeds. So we'll put some of those seeds here. Not as many seeds as there are here. I feel like there's too many. We just need a few of them there. A little bit of red. Oh, last thing. Glitter makes everything better. Where is the glitter? Where is the glitter? Glitter, it's gold. I'm gonna dab my finger in there and just lightly pat, pat, pat. Can you see how shiny that is? I'm actually gonna put a little bit on my mouth. Do not do this at home. Do not eat the glitter. What do we think? Strawberry? Strawberry butterfly. I love it. If you're looking for more videos to spark your imagination, then browse around my channel, come back, and I will be finishing this fruit series. What fruit am I gonna be doing tomorrow? Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you go out and paint the world with your color, your light, and your love. And I will do the same. Bye.